A ghost hunter came face to face with a spirit with such a strong presence that it made him vomit and feel dizzy. Xavier Hunter, 38, had heard the tales of the restless spirits of the miners who had been trapped in the dark tunnels and wanted to investigate. The mine was also known as a prime spot for witches to gather and practice their magic. Intrigued by the spooky stories, Xavier ventured into the mines at night, located 25 miles outside Las Vegas, Nevada, armed with his camera and pal Katie. As the pair began to explore, they were overwhelmed by the stench of rotting meat and the sounds of strange growling. Giving up on their venture, the ghost hunters fled to the opening of the mine. Xavier was convinced that he spotted a hooded figure. A spirit seemed to appear in front of Katie, off camera. Xavier believes the figure could be that of the feared Tommy Knocker, a trickster type of entity that takes form of a human or a gnome and tries to lead people astray in the dark. The origins behind the superstitions involving Tommy knockers are believed to originate from the knocking sound that was heard shortly before a mine collapsed. When later checking over their footage, Xavier was stunned to discover that there was in fact a hooded figure lurking in the darkness behind him as they left. He claims the creepy video shows the figure appear to step backwards into the gloom so as not to be seen by the pair, but fails to avoid being caught by the passing camera. The presence was so malevolent that Xavier was sick and became nauseous and dizzy. Xavier said, "I was not afraid to enter the mine, I was curious to see if these legends were true. So we went in with an open mind, not expecting to catch anything." The figure appeared to be hooded, it was completely black. "We didn't immediately see it. We saw it after we began to review the video. The odd thing is that around the same time the figure appeared I began to feel sick and nauseous, I threw up and felt extremely dizzy. We did not record that moment because Katie was trying to help me figure out what was happening. I was shocked, especially after feeling sick right after capturing the figure on tape. Right before the figure appeared we had found women's clothing deep inside the mine. We were questioning why the clothes would be so deep in there and who had left them behind. We immediately felt uneasy to go any deeper, but we decided to keep going." Tommy knockers were thought to be tricksters who would lead miners into dangerous areas unless they left gifts and trinkets to appease them. However, others saw the Tommy knockers in a different way, believing them to be the restless spirits of workers who had died in the mine trying to warn others of impending doom. Xavier, who goes by the name Cryptid Hunter for his investigations, said, "I had heard stories that there was a haunted mine near Good Springs and so I went out in search for it. Another local told me that the mine was cursed and haunted by Tommy knockers that had caused a cave-in where at least one miner had died and now his restless spirit haunts the mine. They are also said to cause cave-ins if the miners wouldn't respect them or bring them gifts." Despite the startling footage that he captured, Xavier has been returning to the mine in a bid to gain further evidence and perhaps re-encounter the suspected Tommy knockers.